hookers and buying drugs. And I mean, I've never found a politician that wasn't corrupt, that, you know, that was doing bad things, that I couldn't follow or watch, who wouldn't instantly do bad. Because bad people don't just do one bad thing. They just are all over the map. And if we start following them, videotaping them, going to city council meetings, hanging out in parking lots, following city council members as citizen media, I mean, it's unbelievable. You'll just immediately see evil. These people just run around continually engaged in wickedness, as the Bible says, and, you know, going and covering global elitists, going and doing everything you're doing. I just want to commend you. And if the citizens start covering what government's doing and ferreting things out and looking at legislation, there's no way they can get away with this if we all just do a little bit. So, yeah, you're there walking around in Greece with secret police following you everywhere as the sun is now set. And I appreciate you coming on with this. Closing comments, sir, from you, Charlie Skelton, reporter for the London Guardian there at Bilderberg 2009. Oh, and you were finishing up your hidden in plain view analogy.
Well, I'll finish that point and close off on that, which is that one of the problems with, you know, what you're engaged in, what anyone who's engaged in alternative thinking, one of the problems that faces them is, what do you pick? Even if you were to just pick one thing, for example, the lies concerning the Iraq War, or the taking over of genetic, you know, seed varieties by large corporations, any one of those things is enough to absolutely blow anyone's mind. And you know, that's the trouble. It's so big. The problem is enormous. And I'm talking to myself here. I don't know what to do, but I guess one thing you can do is just simply pick something. You know, pick something and go, you know what, do you know what I'm going to do for the next 5 years? I'm going to be a bit interested in protecting seed varieties, or a bit interested in monitoring European legislation, or a bit interested in picking up politicians' lies about Iraq, or defense, or gaps in defense spending. One thing. I'm going to make it my thing. I don't know. Maybe that's an answer. I don't know what the answer is. But there's lots of possible answers to the question.
Sir, you are saying exactly what I've instinctively said for over a decade, for 14 years now, is that absolutely be generalist. Everybody be involved in different things, different ideas. And don't follow one person's ideas. So keep an open mind. Just don't be cookie cutter. And then you'll suddenly notice, I live in England. I just tried to buy old seed varieties, and I'm being put on a list. Everywhere you go, then you'll run into tyranny, and you'll go, my God, this was 1,000 times worse than I actually even knew. And then it opens up. And what you said is key. The globalists make profits off of controlling every facet of society. And so it's also their market. They use a free market system of crony capitalism. It's not true capitalism or free market to control everything. And so that's why they're hitting you from every angle, because it's business for them. And exactly, one of these will blow your mind. There are hundreds of these coming in at you. And that's why the general public, comes face to face with a conspiracy so massive that they're just knocked over by it, as Winston Churchill said, or as the former head of the FBI, J. Edgar Hoover said, that you come face to face, and the globalists write books about it. It's not even our opinion. And they're laughing. When you read their books, they're laughing, going, I know you're reading this. None of your little slave friends will help you. I mean, they've got little statements, basically like that. And you're going, none of my slave friends will help me. My God, these people are directly talking to the members of the public that actually read this. And you're just like, can't we wake the sheep up to beat these people? So we appreciate your courage. Maybe I can get you on for 15, 20 minutes on Sunday. We're on 4 to 6 p.m., so I'll have Rob call you. And we're very thankful for all your time. Anything we can do for you, Mr. Skelton?
No, I'm fine. I'm probably going to head back towards the lights now that the sun's gone down. I don't like being followed in the dark, so I'm going to go and sit in a brightly lit cafe on the seafront. Okay,
and what's the name of the Edgar Allan Poe story? You didn't finish that about the
it's the following letter. It's just a good metaphor for how global agenda is passed across people's eyes without them even seeing it. It's too big to see.
Absolutely, they're too close to it. Thank you so much, Mr. Skelton. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. There goes London Guardian reporter, arrested twice, detained another time, people being arrested left and right, miles away from the facility, 3 miles away in the port, which is we've got photos, big thriving port with sailboats and everything, all just shut down. Just absolutely amazing. Okay. Coming up, we've got Mark Morano, a congressman's aide who has one of the biggest websites exposing the global warming fraud, that it's not man-made, that it's natural, 11-year cycle. It's like we have 4 seasons, autumn, winter, spring, summer. Pretty soon they'll tell school kids, no, summer is global warming, or it's not supposed to get hot, or it's not supposed to get cold. It's an ice age. We have an 11-year sun cycle, and there's some other Earth cycles as well. And we got him coming up, and then Bob Chapman in the last hour. But right now, until the break, for the next 6-7 minutes, I wanted to bring Steve Shank up because he's one of our best sponsors. He makes so much what we do here possible, and he's always offering new plans, new ideas for folks to get high-quality, non-GMO, non-hybrid, storable foods. And, I've told folks that do whatever you have to, even if you get a 1-month supply, a 2-month, a 3-month. These are small. They have the, getaway packs that fit in your trunk. They'll feed a one person 50% more calories than they even need. Or is it 150%, or is it double? And a little stove that comes with it, everything. I believe in getting self-sufficient. I believe in being able to take care of yourself. The globalists want us domesticated, and he's got some new programs and new offers he wanted to tell the folks that visit efoodsdirect.com about. Steve Shank joining us. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, Alex. We've just had a fire drill, haven't we, with this swine flu fiasco?
Well, the globalists clearly engineered it. That's now admitted its designer, as we said day one. They're now saying it's going to mutate in the fall and kill us. And we just posted an article at prisonplanet.com. They're saying they're going to go to level 6 now, even though it only killed 2 people in the U.S. So, yes, it's a fraud, but Jim Tucker confirmed in Bilderberg that they are planning to use this to bring in world government and a world government control over health, a world government control over courts, world government control over taxes, a world army. It's all being formulated right now at Bilderberg 2009.
Well, the problem that we have, Alex, is that this is just another step in cooking frogs. We've talked about that before. And what has happened as a result of this thing coming, a big splash, then dying down, is that we're in the most dangerous time for our people in their minds, because nothing happened. It's like Y2K. Nothing happened. Most disasters are geographically limited, so the rest of the nation can look and say, well, Katrina was a mess. Let's do something for ourselves. And in this case, it was nationwide, and now everybody's gone into complacency. The birds are singing, the sun is shining, and this is the most dangerous time in the world for the simple reason it will come back, but we're like people on death row that have said, okay, I've got a 3-month reprieve. I don't have to keep calling my lawyers. I can sit back and say, man, what a relief. And that is the most dangerous thing we can have.
Well, regardless, Steve, you got the depression they're engineering. We have their documents. That's confirmed. IMF, World Bank, and internal Bilderberg. They're engineering new wars with Iran, Pakistan. The World Health Organization is saying it's going to come back in the fall. I think it's all a big fraud, but that's their cover for something bigger. Their excuse for martial law is the economy implodes. People need firearms. They need water filters. They need high-quality, storable food. You're the place to get the food and some of the water filters. Tell folks about some of the things you're offering and the new thing you've got for folks, because a lot of folks, including Derek, our sales guy, he lives in a little apartment. That's why he's never gotten storable food, which I think is crazy.
Right. What we've come up with is something called a one-year stowaway. What this is something that people can go on the website, reserve a 1-year supply of food. They can make monthly payments on it. It will be stored. We've acquired a brand new warehouse that is climate controlled. We'll store it here. And so for those folks that are traveling around the country that are in a situation where they can't keep their food where they are, or they don't know where they're going to be, this is absolutely ideal. They'll be able to call, and within 48 hours it'll be shipped to wherever they need it.
You've also
the whole idea behind this is that people can break the cost of it down, and they can put in the food that they need. And what we learned something during this last announcement. The day after, the one working day, the first working day after they announced the bird flu issue, or not the bird flu, but the swine flu issue, we had our lines just jammed up. The warehouse was covered up, and this will not work. It's like people trying to get out of a disaster area at the last minute, and they get traffic jammed. Unless people get their food in immediately, what we've tried to do with this stowaway program is set it up so anyone that can make monthlies, that doesn't have room to store it, that is traveling, they can have it stored. It's safe. It's here. It can't be stolen. It can't be broken in on. And at the same time, we've come up with some new recipes, and we've adjusted the formulations for these foods to the point where they are literally health food. Some folks were concerned about some of the things we weren't able to take out of them.